All right, welcome to 2-4, writing equations of lines. You did this both in Algebra 1 and Geometry, and this is a good little review to kind of refresh your memory. So first, our goals today are going to be to write linear equations, memorize. If you have not done so yet, make sure you memorize this equation, whether you use an app to help you memorize that on your phone, or if you're going to make note cards, whatever, this needs to be memorized. Another formula that needs to be memorized is point slope form, which is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So let's go ahead and start memorizing that now so that we can be superstars when the time is needed. And then the slope formula, again, if you have not memorized this yet, please make sure that you do so as soon as possible. All right, so just a little background information here on slope-intercept form versus point slope form. The difference here is kind of what you need to start with. Every non-vertical line has only one slope and one y-intercept. Therefore, slope-intercept form is unique, right? Because it's going to have the one slope and the one intercept. So you're going to get y equals slope times x plus y. So no matter what 2 points you pick on the line, when you find the slope and plug it into the formula, you will always get exactly the same line in slope-intercept form. Whereas in point slope form, and don't write this down, in point slope form that's not true because it depends upon which point you choose. The slope will be the same for every line, however the point that you choose will look differently. So let's look at that. Here's an example. We're going to write an equation given the slope and the y-intercept. So write the equation of the line graphed in slope-intercept form. So whenever they give you a picture of a line, it's a lot easier just to use y equals mx plus b, because those are the two things that you can see. So if they give you 2 good points, like these 2 good points here I've circled, step 1 is to find out what b is. And you can see where it crosses the y-axis at 1. Step 2 is to find the slope. So I draw a triangle that goes from one point to another. And then remember, it's rise over run. So 1, 2, 3. If you go up, that's positive, so positive 3. And then we're going to go to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the left is negative. So our equation is y equals negative 3/4 x plus 1. We do not like to leave negatives in the denominator, so I rewrote it with the negative in the numerator. The other way you can do it is right in front of the fraction bar, but sometimes it's a little misleading if you don't leave enough of a space. Alrighty, so let's try this one, your job. So you're going to write the equation of the line graphed, in slope-intercept form. So go ahead, pause the video, work it out, and then restart the video when you want to see if you have the right answer. So go ahead and pause the video. All right, welcome back. So 2 things you should have found were the slope and the y-intercept. So this y-intercept is 3 because it touches the y-axis at 3. The slope, if I draw a triangle, pretend that's a triangle. I'm going to count the rise. Looks like it's 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to write the equation in slope-intercept form. And that is my answer. All right, so let's see if you've got this. So we're going to write an equation of the line shown. So let's try it one more time. This time it's a little bit harder because it didn't give you the points, so you're going to need to find 2 good points. So pause the video and then work it out and go from there. All right, ready? Pause the video, go. All right, so hopefully you restarted us, and let's see if you got the right answer. So one good point is here, and another good point is here. I always try to use the y-intercept if I can. So b is equal to 2, and m is equal to try to find the rise over the run, 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2. So negative 3/2, right? Because I went up 3, and then I went left 2. And then we write the equation of the line, y equals negative 3/2 x plus 2. All right, so something to kind of remember, this is from Geometry and Algebra 1, the slope formula, and then also finding the rise of the run on the graph. Please don't write that down. So next, the helpful hint, if you reverse the order of the points of the slope, is still the same. All right, because the slope of the line is constant, it is possible to use point on a line and the slope of the line to write an equation in point slope form. So point slope form is derived from the equation of slope. So this is slope, Okay, now if I want to get, and again, you don't need to write this down, if I want to get this by itself, what I would do is I'd multiply both sides by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And these guys here would cancel out, and I'd be left with y sub 2 minus y sub 1 equals, I'm going to put m first, and then x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now, because in point slope form, you only need one point, these guys, the x sub 2's just stay as an x, and the y sub 2 is just a plain old y. This guy should have a cute little 1. And now we have point slope form. Nifty. All right, so let's practice using point slope form. This is pretty important. You will use this a lot in higher level math. So we're going to write an equation of a line that passes through a point and has a slope of 1/2. So you see that we have a point and a slope. Well, that's why it's named point slope, because you have a point and a slope. Magic. So this is what I do. This is x sub 1, y sub 1, and this is what m is. So step 1 is what I do is I label everything, and I'm going to go ahead and write it down. I'm going to know that x sub 1 is equal to 2, y sub 1 is equal to 3, and m is equal to negative 1/2. And then I write down the formula. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. We plug in numbers for y sub 1 and x sub 1 and m. The plain y and the plain x stay exactly the same. So we're going to have y minus, because the formula says minus, and then I'm going to plug in the 3, equals m 1/2 parentheses x minus, and then we're going to plug in the 2. So that is slope intercept form. Or sorry, that is point slope form. All right, so now let's look at parallel lines. Remember that parallel lines have the same slope, and perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. So here's an example. We're going to write equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. We're going to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So we're going to write for this line has to be parallel to this guy. So parallel lines have the same slope. So our new line is also going to have a slope of negative 3, right? It's also going to pass through the point 3 and 2, okay? So we kind of get that information from that problem. So we start with y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Plug in what we know, y minus 2 equals negative 3 times x minus 3. Okay, so again, we want slope-intercept form. So I'm going to distribute the x, or distribute the negative 3 to the x and the negative 3. So y minus 2 equals negative 3x plus 9. One more step, add 2 to both sides. So y equals negative 3x plus 11. So this line plus this line are parallel, and this second line is going to pass through this point. And this is our answer down here. All right, so now let's try this one. This one's perpendicular. So our new line, the new line that we're going to write an equation for, the perpendicular slope is going to have the opposite sign. So ours is going to be positive, and it has to have the reciprocal. So we have to change the sign and flip this over. Our x is going to be 9, and our y is going to be negative 2, which I got from the point that's given in the problem. So you start with point slope form, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And then we have y minus a negative 2 equals 2/3 times x minus 9. Make sure you note that minus a negative is plus a positive. And again, we want it in slope-intercept form, which means I have to distribute the 2/3. So I have y plus 2 equals 2/3 x, and 3 goes into 9 3 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Or you just take your calculator, 2/3 times 9. And it'll tell you 6. Okay, so then we just need to minus 2 from both sides. Y equals 2/3 x minus 8. And now we have the equation of a line that's perpendicular to this line and passes through this point. So this guy down here is our answer. All right, so your turn. So see if you can write the equation of a line that passes through this point. So stop the video, restart it when you think you have the right answer. So go ahead and stop the video. All right, let's see if you have the right answer. So parallel lines have the same slope. Write down what x sub 1 is and y sub 1. Go to point slope form. So plug the information in. Y minus 4 equals 5 times x minus 1. Now I did not say to write the equation in slope-intercept form. So if you did, it's okay, but since it didn't, I'm just going to stop there. If you did, you would have y minus 4 equals 5x minus 5. Add 4 to both sides. Okay, all right. Oh, that should be a minus 1. So if you need help on this, please come in and let us help you. We love to help you guys. All right, so now try this one. See if you can get the right answer. So go ahead and stop the video. Ready, stop it. All right, hopefully you restarted it. So let's see if you got the right answer. You have m equals negative 6/5. You have x equals 0 and y equals negative 2. All right, a lot of these times we'll see these problems on the ACT test. So these are really good ones to go through. So y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Y minus a negative 2 equals negative 6/5 times x minus 0. Oh, we love 0, right? Because this times this is 0. So we have y plus 2 equals negative 6/5 x. Minus 2 from both sides, and you get y equals negative 6/5 x minus 2. All right, hopefully you're a winner. If not, come see us and we can re-explain it. All right, so now let's look at one where they give you 2 points. So you have 2 points. The first step is going to be find the slope. So write these steps down. Okay, so let's go ahead and find the slope. So m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Change them to plus a positive, and you get 8 over 4, which is equal to 2. Once you find the slope, then step 2 is to pick a point. I try to pick the easiest ones. I'm going to pick the guy that has positives. If one of them has 0, I would definitely pick that one. So you pick a point. Let me change that color. And you start with, let's make step 3. You're going to use point slope form formula. All right, now let's change colors. So y minus, remember that this is x1, this is y1, y minus 5 equals the slope of 2 times x minus the 2 that we got from the point. So write an equation of a line. It doesn't imply that it's slope-intercept form, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and change it to slope-intercept form. So y minus 5 equals 2x minus 4 plus 5. So y equals 2x plus 1. So make sure you write down these steps. Anytime it's giving you 2 points, you always want to find the slope first, and then pick a point, slope-intercept form, and solve it for y. All right, so now let's see if you can do this. Write the equation of each line in slope-intercept form. So stop the video, see if you got it, and then we'll check our answers tomorrow in class. Number Oh, I guess we're checking them now. I forgot to put the answers on here. So are you a winner? So let's look at number 2. Write an equation of a line that's parallel to 1/2 x plus 2 and passes through the point 6, 1. So stop the video, work it out, and then restart the video to check your answer. Hopefully you're a winner. And if you need help, again, please come in. One more problem. This one's a perpendicular. So write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form that's perpendicular to y equals -2/3 x plus 1 and passes through the point 4, 4. So stop the video, work it out, and check your answer. So go ahead and stop the video. All right, let's see if you got the right answer. Okay, awesome. So come in and get some help if that didn't work out. If it did work out, nice job.